All right, so let's go with our second part of 9.1, which is a linear system. Uh, on the previous video, we changed only American to American and metric to metric. Well, here we're doing American to metric or metric to American units of measurement. Again, we're going to be using dimensional analysis with a unit fraction approach. All right. So here is 1 yard is approximately 9/10 meters. You can see that 1 yard is almost all of the meter. And we have a table of references. The American 1 inch is equivalent to 2 and 5,400 centimeters. And these are approximations. 1 foot is 30.48 centimeters. 1 yard is 9/10 meter. 1 mile is 1 and 6/10 kilometers or kilometers, whichever way you want to go. So here we have an inch, and you can see the centimeters, okay, because what we have there is all of these values. So here's the one, 2, and so on. 2 and 5,400 centimeters equals that inch. And I thought those would be helpful for you to make that connection. It does help. All right, so let's get to it. Again, you don't have to memorize any of this. All you have to do is make sure that you see the problem and then able to convert. So we want to use dimensional. Ooh, I misspelled it. I put a T. I'll be darned. Sorry about that. Dimensional. We still misspelled it. That's okay. Analysis to convert. So I'm starting with 34 centimeters, and I'm going to change out of centimeters and change into inches. So I look at my chart and I have 2 and 5,400 centimeters equals 1 inch. So now I'll bring my calculator over here and I will enter. Okay, now first off, we always do this. We make sure that our centimeters cancel and I get inches, the unit that I need. So this means that I'm going to end up with 34 over 2 and 5,4 hundredths inches. And now I'll do some math. Division, 34 divided by the 2 and 5,4 hundredths. And I get this awful number, 1, 3 decimal, 3, 8, 5, 8, dot, dot, dot. And we want 2 decimal places. So it is approximately 13 and 39 hundredths centimeters. I mean inches, sorry about that. All right. Nothing hard. We can do this. So now we're going to do this one. Again, we're using English and metric equivalents. And we have 237 miles. And we want to change to kilometers. So we have to have miles on the bottom. We have 1 mile is equivalent to 1 and 6/10 kilometers. Now we're going to verify that we can cancel and change to the desired amount. You know we love these because there's ones in the denominator, so all we have to do is multiply 2 37 times 1 6/10, and we end up with kilometers. So let's do that. And we get 379 and 20. Actually, 0.2. There we go. So this is our equivalent to the miles, 237 miles. So here we have 6 meters. So we're starting with metric, and we want yards. All right, so let's look at our chart. We want meters, and we need yards. Here it is. So we can see that we're using this one right there. Okay, so let's put in our values like we want. 1 yard is 1 6/10. I'm sorry, I can't read. Sorry about that. We're going to verify we can cancel and that I have it written correctly. Yes, I do. And so now we're going to use our calculator. So I'm going to have a 6 divided by decimal 9, and I get that horrible number. All right. So we're going to do 2 decimal places because in measuring these items, we just want approximations. Definitely not difficult. Again, you're not required to memorize any of these uh, items, so we're good. Feet to meters. Whoops, sorry about that. Feet to meters. All right, so I'm going to start with 7 feet over 1. And I want feet to meters. Well, I have one to centimeters. There's no one perfect way to do this one because any way we go is going to be okay. Now, I'm going to show you 2 ways we can do it. I'm going to use what I see first. So I'm going to multiply by centimeters on the bottom, I'm sorry, centimeters on top, feet on the bottom, and centimeters on top. And then that means that I have 1 foot is equal to 30 and 48 hundredths. All right, so that gives me the feet canceling centimeters, and I end up with a multiplication of 7 times 30 and 48 hundredths centimeters. All right, so let's do that math first. And that gave us 22, I'm sorry, if I could read my own writing, right? 213 and 36 hundredths. Now, I'm going to do the King Henry. He died Monday drinking chocolate milk. All right. And we are at centimeters, and we want to go to meters because I need it in meters. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And that means I take my answer. I went to the left. 1, 2. This one, I'm pretty confident you enter as you see it. Enter as you see it. But follow whatever rules they dictate as you want it. But if we did 2 decimal places, it's 2 and 13 centimeters. But they're all approximate. All right. Well, we said that's not that there is another way to do it, right? Always, many ways. So whichever one you choose. This is my approach. Now, supposing I evaluate 1 foot equals 30 and 48 hundredths centimeters, but I need meters. So if I had meters, decimeters, and centimeters, I would know if I'm here, I'm moving 1, 2 to get meters. So I do 30.48 and do 1, 2 and put a decimal there. Then I have 1 foot equals 0.3048 centimeters. And we'll see if we get the same answer. Okay, so now I have my conversion. So I still have the 7 feet. I'm going to multiply my unit fraction. One foot. I cross out these guys, and I end up with a multiplication. And when I do that, I get, let's do the calculator, and I get 2.1336, which is what I ended up with the answer. So any approach you use is going to be an excellent solution. So here we have 94 kilometers per hour to miles per hour. Now this one's interesting because we know to read the per means to divide. So we have 94 kms over 1 hour. And we want to get rid of the kms to get miles, right? Miles. Well, we're using this identity. So I change it by saying 1 6/10 kilometers equal 1 mile. I verify that what I needed changed happens. It's miles per hour. So now what do I have? All right. I have 94 over 1 6/10 miles per hour. Now I need the decimal value of that. So let's put that in there. And I get 58 and 75 hundredths miles per hour, going 94 kilometers per hour. All right. Good job. Okay. Now we're saying they're giving us the unit fractions they want us to use, and we're doing the math on it. Come on. For some reason it won't go down. Huh. Okay, let's see if I can make it all fit. All right. So on this one, we're using unit fractions of 36 inches equal a yard and 2 and 5400 centimeters equal an inch. So we're converting 4 yards over 1 to centimeters. Well, we first have to change yards to inches. So 36 inches equals 1 yard. All right. So let's see what happens there. The yards cancel and I have inches because I need inches to cancel. So now I'm doing the next one. I'm going to multiply now by the 2 and 5400 centimeters over 1 inch, because now the inches are gone and I'm finally at centimeters. I notice there's ones all in the denominator. So what this is going to be is, what that's going to be is 4 times 36 times 2 and 54 hundredths centimeters. And I'm going to stick that in my calculator. So I want 4 times the 36 times the 2 and 54 hundredths. And I get 365 and 76 hundredths centimeters. All right, excellent. So now we have some more conversions from one unit to another to make it easier using unit fractions. And the unit fractions they gave us this time are miles to feet, feet to inches, and inches to centimeter. But they said kilometers. So I don't need to use those because I know that 1 mile equals 1 6/10 kilometers. So I don't need to use those. I think that should have been centimeters right here, and they typed it wrong, but that's how it was in the problem. So I have 20, it's a large number, miles over 1. And I want kilometers, is 1 6/10 kilometers over 1 mile. My miles cancel with kilometers. So I have ones in the denominator, so I'm going to have 20 times 1 6/10 kilometers, or kilometers. Both, I've heard them both ways. 32 kilometers. All right. Okay. All right. So I have one more. Oh, somehow that one got too far back. Let me push it up a little bit. There we go. So on this one, we have 160 miles per hour, and we want feet per second. So we're doing a variety of changes here, and we can do it all at one point. So it says I have 165 miles per 1 hour. And I want to take care of the miles first. So I need, and they want it in feet. So I know that 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. Okay, well, that takes care of my miles. All right, so now I want to multiply, because now I'm in feet, and I need it in seconds. So I know that 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. All right. So what this does is it cancels the hour. And I'm in minutes, but I need seconds, so I have to do another conversion. Then I know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. All right. So that cancels the minute. So I end up with feet per second. So I'm there. Okay. So we're going to do some math now. I have in my numerator 165 times 5,280 feet per, in the bottom I have 60 times 60 seconds. So I have feet per second. Now I'm going to do the math. All right, here we go. Let me move it on this side this time. So I have the I have the 165 times 5280, and I get that many. Let's see, that's 871,200. All right, so then 871, right. Then on the bottom I have 60 times 60, and I get 360, 00. So now I'm going to do the decimal of those two to get what my answer should be. All right. So I'm going to do the 871200 and divide. I'll make sure I got it right. Yep, 3600, and I get 242. And this is in feet per second. And there it is. And that's as hard as this lesson gets. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you took some good notes and do your homework.